Episode 3, The Battle Begins, inspired by The Final Quest by Rick Joyner. Vision retold. I turned, and behind me stood the army of the Lord. They stretched as far as I could see, thousands strong, but still, far outnumbered by the enemy. My heart sank. It looked as though more Christians were fighting for darkness than for the light. And I knew this was not just another battle. This was the great Christian Civil War, a war so subtle that few would understand the powers behind it. When I looked closer, the discouragement deepened. Only a handful wore their full armor. Some had one or two pieces missing, others had none at all. Many were wounded before the fight had even begun. And most surprising of all, the army was made up of women and children. Gentle souls, brave but untrained, holding small shields that could barely stop the fiery arrows already forming in the sky. Behind them was a crowd, a noisy, laughing mob. They sang, danced, and feasted, unaware that a storm of war was brewing. When I tried to warn them, they only smiled and waved, saying, "We don't believe in war, the Lord will protect us." But I could see the danger gathering like thunder behind them. Then suddenly a messenger appeared. He handed me a trumpet and said, "Blow it quickly." The moment the sound rang out, those with armor stood at attention. New armor appeared before them and they began to put it on. But before all could prepare, arrows began to fall from the sky. Those with missing armor were struck. Those with uncovered wounds were wounded again, right where they were weakest. The arrows carried names: slander, gossip, pride, offense, and each arrow that hit released poison into the ranks. Soon those who were wounded began attacking those who were not. Slander answered slander. Gossip met gossip. Division spread faster than the arrows themselves. My heart broke as I watched believers turning on one another. Vultures swooped down, carrying the wounded away into captivity. They could have fought back. Their swords were still in their hands, but instead, they went willingly, consumed by anger and pain. Then I looked back toward the laughing crowd, and what I saw chilled me. They were now lying on the ground, wounded and groaning. The same vultures darkened the sky above them. Some tried to resist, but without true weapons, their blows were empty. Many just sat in silence, too numb to move as the enemy carried them away. I was tempted to flee. But then, from the shadows, a miracle began to unfold. Those who had once run from the battle began returning, this time wearing full armor, carrying larger shields, faces marked with resolve instead of laughter. These were the ones who had learned through pain. They had been deceived once, but no more. They took the places of the fallen and began to form new ranks, guarding the weak, standing firm. Then suddenly 3 mighty angels appeared behind the army: faith, hope, and love. And as they stood, every shield in the army began to grow, bright, strong, unshakable. What had begun in fear now burned with courage. Despair turned to faith. Weakness turned to strength. And I knew the real battle had only just begun. The strength of the Lord's army is not in numbers, but in those who refuse to fight with hate.